welcome to our live lesson today. Okay, let's just pop in here, our English lesson with Engli-teach. Okay, hi, how is everybody? Are you having a great day today? I hope so. Okay, so today we are streaming live on Facebook and at the same time live on YouTube. So wherever you want to watch me, wherever you want to join in the lesson, you can. Okay, wonderful. All right, so how is everyone? Did anybody guess? Actually, let me check quickly in the comments. Did anybody work out what today's lesson is all about? Okay, if anybody saw my live this morning, I said it was going to be an English lesson on something very, very topical at the moment. Before we start, if you are new to the Facebook Live, hello, my name is Alison, English teacher and host for Engli-teach, and on this channel we do lots of English lessons, live English lessons. If you want to know more and learn more and join in speaking lessons with me to improve your pronunciation, you can go to Engli-teach.com and create a free account and get free resources and also book lessons. It's up to you. Okay, let's get going. Hello, Khaled. Shout out to Khaled. Hi. Okay, so what is the big topic that is in the news at the moment? Okay, what is the big topic that is in the news at the moment? The breaking news. Can anyone tell me? Dun, 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 dun. What is in the news at the moment? Anybody know? Yes. It's all about the coronavirus, which is absolutely breaking the news everywhere at the moment, obviously. It's very serious. So today's lesson is going to be all about the coronavirus and medical English. So we're going to talk about a little bit about what this virus is in English, and also typical phrases if you feel ill and you need to explain to a doctor how you're feeling in English. So today's lesson is all about communicating how you're feeling to a doctor, which I think is very useful, because you could be travelling in any country and English is often understood by lots and lots and lots of doctors. So you can always try explaining how you feel in English if you can't in any other language. So let's get going. All right. So hello Khaled. Yes, hello Abdel. Hello Yasmin. Yes, it is about the coronavirus. So I don't know how you say it in your language, but today's lesson is going to be all about the coronavirus and learning how to tell a doctor that we don't feel well and exactly how we don't feel well. Okay, so let's go. So as you all know, This is called the coronavirus. Let me put that up here, the coronavirus. Okay, now the coronavirus is actually, this is a coronavirus, and it's actually a family. It's described as a family of viruses. So virus is singular, okay, one. Viruses is plural. So we have virus and viruses, viruses. So the coronavirus, which is this virus here, it is similar to other viruses. I'm going to put that up here. So we've got a virus, singular. Okay, let's pop that up a little bit. And we have viruses, and we have viruses. Okay, virus and viruses. All right. Okay. Everybody following so far? I hope so. I'm feeling sick today. Very good. Yes, it is an important lesson because you may need to explain to someone and they might not speak your language, but they probably will be able to speak English. So virus, viruses is plural. Okay, so the coronavirus is comes from a large family of viruses, which is here. Now, when you hear this on the news, quite often they are talking about symptoms. We are hearing, how do you know if you have the coronavirus? These are the symptoms. So let's put that up here. These are the symptoms. Symptoms. These are the symptoms. Okay, symptoms. Now, symptoms are characteristics of an illness. Okay, symptoms are characteristics of an illness. Okay, I'm going to put that up here. Characteristics of an illness. Of an illness. And quite often a doctor will ask you, what are your symptoms? So symptoms is a really important word to learn and understand and know. Symptoms. A doctor will say, what are your symptoms? Okay, so he's asking you, what are the things that you are feeling or experiencing? Khaled, just to stop, Khaled has said the virus is in China only. No, Khaled, it has spread here. This is a map, and at the moment it started in China, but it's spread to all these different countries now. It's spread to the USA, to Mexico, to South Korea, Japan, Thailand, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, I might be saying that wrong, Australia, and we've had a couple in the UK as well. Okay, so it has spread outside of China. China is where it started. Okay, China is where it started. Now here, case. I'm just going to explain this to you. Case means one person with the virus. Okay, case. Cases is obviously plural. So there's 571 people with the virus. Unconfirmed means someone is very ill, but it's not quite sure whether they have it yet. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so this is how it is spreading. Spreading means to go further, okay? If something spreads, it covers an area. It goes further than one little place. If it spreads, it goes further. Okay, all right, so let's go on. So we're going back to talking about the symptoms, okay? Symptoms. I want you, if you are at home right now, to say this word and practice it. Symptoms, symptoms, symptoms. It's not an easy word to say, okay? But obviously, if you can understand it, it's very important. So, symptoms. Okay, so the symptoms of the coronavirus are made up of several characteristics, okay? Characteristics. Now, we can use characteristics to talk about lots of things. What is the characteristic of your dog? Oh, he's very happy and playful and energetic. What were the characteristics of the bank manager? Ooh, he was very serious, very intelligent, but very serious. So we're talking about typical. I'm going to write up here what a characteristic is. A characteristic is a quality or a feature that belongs to a person or group of people or things to make them recognizable. So you identify with them, okay? This is what a characteristic is. Okay, I'm going to have to take off some of this. Okay, so characteristics are qualities or features of an illness that belong to a person or thing that make them recognizable or identifiable. So, the characteristic of the coronavirus are sneezing, fever, feeling hot, coughing, coughing, and shortness of breath, not being able to breathe properly. Okay, I'm going to go further into those in a little bit. But I think it's important to know, because lots of people are also asking, where did this come from? So I looked this information up on the World Medical Organizations that are publishing information about the coronavirus. And the coronavirus is known to be zoonotic. What an interesting word, huh? Zoonotic. The coronavirus, in medical terms, is described as being zoonotic. What does zoonotic mean? Well, if you look closely at the word, you will see the word zoo. Zoo. Now, zoo is where obviously animals are kept, normally to visit for tourists and that type of thing. So when we look at the word zoonotic, you should be able to identify it's something to do with animals, okay? But what zoonotic actually means is, and again, this is taken from a medical information, zoonotic means a virus that is passed. Now, passed is also, let's use the word transmitted. When you transmit, so it goes from A to B, but it's going between animals and people, okay? Zoonotic. So this is where the word animals comes from. So the coronavirus is transmitted between animals and people. Okay? Transmitted between animals and people. Now, what they are saying on the medical website is not, these are not my views, these are not my facts. I'm just using this as an example to show you how to talk about this, because at the moment it's in the news. Okay, so it has been shown that research has shown that the coronavirus is transmitted currently, they have found, between cats to humans and camels to humans. In particular, civet cats. This is a civet cat. So they are saying that it's a virus that's come from this animal and has been passed to a human. And also camels. From camels to humans, transmitted. So the virus has transmitted, so let's go like this, transmitted, okay, like this, from an animal to a person. All right, okay, is everybody good? It's really interesting, isn't it? Okay. So let's have a look and see how we talk about illnesses now relating to this, okay? Now, in the UK, where I come from, London, unless you are very ill, you have to see a doctor. Otherwise, you go to the hospital and it's called A and E. So if you really feel really ill, or you've had an accident, you go to A and E. Doctors say A and E. Everyone says A and E. But A and E is a short for accident and emergency. That's what A and E is abbreviated to, okay? So if you are feeling really ill, really ill, a doctor might say you need to go to A and E, okay? You need to go to A and E, and that means straight to hospital. But in England, we only do that if you're really poorly and the doctor can't treat you there, or if it's an emergency like a car crash, you'd go straight to A and E. Okay, now normally if you're in the UK, let's say you've come to England, to London on holiday, and you don't feel very well, okay? What you would normally do is you would call the doctor. You would call up the doctor to make an appointment, okay? An appointment. And in England, often you have to wait quite a while. So you would make an appointment. So on a certain day and a certain hour, 4:35 on Thursday. Okay, 4:35 p.m. on Thursday. So let's look here. We've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Here is Thursday, and you'd write in here, Doctor 4:35. I can't do it. It's too big. But you would make an appointment. So you would call and you would say, hi, I'd like to make an appointment to see the doctor. Okay? That is what you would do. Now, let's look at words to describe feeling ill. Okay? How do you tell someone that you feel that you don't feel well. Let's have a little look. Take some of this off. So let's say, let me have a look. I'm looking in the comments as well. Hello, yes. I've seen your comments. Okay, so how do you tell someone that you are feeling ill? Typical words are, now these are very native typical words to say that you don't feel very well. You could say, I'm feeling ill. I'm feeling ill. Can I make an appointment? I'm feeling ill. Another word to describe that is I'm feeling poorly. I'm feeling poorly, not well. Okay, I'm feeling poorly. I'm feeling off colour. This is a really typical one. Now this means often when you get a fever and you're feeling really hot, you get really hot when you have a fever. You get really hot and then you lose the colour. Your skin goes really pale, really white. And this is where the phrase off colour comes from. Oh, I'm feeling off colour, okay? Out of sorts. I'm feeling out of sorts. This is an excellent one. How are you feeling? I'm feeling ill or poorly or not well or off colour or out of sorts. I'm not feeling myself. You can say that. I'm not myself. I'm not feeling myself. So I'm feeling, actually let's change that one. I'm feeling and I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling myself. That's very typical. Another way of saying is I'm not 100%. If you're at work and you're like, ugh, your colleague might say, are you okay? You could say, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm not feeling 100%, okay? So that means that you're not feeling very well, okay? You can use the word sick. I feel sick. This doesn't mean like vomits. It can do, but it can mean all sorts of sickness, just general illness, not feeling very well, okay? All right, so let's have a little look. If you make the appointment and you say this, I'm not feeling well, they make an appointment, but then when you get to see the doctor will ask you that phrase with the word that I taught you at the beginning of this lesson, which was, can you describe any of the symptoms? This is a typical phrase that doctors ask you when you first see them. Can you describe the symptoms, or can you describe any of the symptoms? So the doctor is saying, can you describe how you feel? Can you describe how you feel, or can you describe how the illness feels? Now we're going to get to the good bits, okay? Describing how you feel. I feel great. Right now. Okay, first of all, let's pretend that we are feeling very, very poorly. You could say, oh, I'm hot. I have a fever. I'm hot. I have a fever. This is a quite a typical one, okay? Now let's look at some non-typical ones. Let's push the boat out, as they say in English. You could say, oh, I don't know. I'm shivering all the time. I'm not making fun of being ill. It's not nice, but I do like my images. So this one is I'm shivering, or I've got the shivers, okay? I've got the shivers. I've got the shivers, which is typical of a fever, okay? Because you get really, really hot and then you get really cold. That's typical of a fever. So I've got the shivers, or I think I have a fever. Okay, I think I have a fever. What are the other things you could say? I'm not feeling myself. Yes, Ayub, exactly. I feel poorly. I feel poorly is a pretty good one. I'm not feeling myself. Another one. Let's have a little look. What would you say to describe this? What would you say? In the comments, describe how you feel. If this was you, how would you describe this? In the comments, I'm going to look. How would you describe this? Maybe you've eaten something and you've got really bad. What would you say to the doctor? You could use your hands, obviously. You could hold your stomach and use your hands. But what could you say? Let me see. I'm going to put it in here. Vomit, yes, vomit would be understood. But let's say it's not vomit. Let's say it's not vomit, it's just inside you. What would you say? I have a stomach ache. I have a stomach. This part of the body here is the stomach. I have a stomach ache. Okay, I have a stomach ache. This could be one. Yes, Asma, very good. I have a stomach ache, definitely. And let me see, I have more. I have a stomach ache. What about this one? If you had to go here quite a lot and you were doing quite a bit of this, what would you say to the doctor? What would you say in English? Let me see. I have stomach pain. Yes, but stomach pain is different maybe to this. If you had stomach pain, the doctor might say to you, are you visiting the toilet a lot? Are you visiting the toilet a lot? Are you going to the toilet a lot? And then the doctor, if you said yes, the doctor would say, do you have diarrhea? Because this could mean food poisoning or something like that. Is quite important. So diarrhea, I'm going to put this up because it's not an easy word to say. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. This one here. Do you have diarrhea? Diarrhea is when you go to the toilet a lot. Diarrhea. If you're at home right now, practice it. Diarrhea. 3 syllables. Diarrhea. diarrhea. I have diarrhea. Okay, I have diarrhea. Yes, Hogir, that's not the way you spell it, but you've got the right idea. Well done. I have diarrhea. Very good. All right, you might say something like, I have an, what's this? Ooh. How would you describe this? How would you describe this pain? Describe this to me in the comments. How would you describe this? I have earache. I have ear. I have earache. Yeah, I have earache. Pain in the ear, sore. I have earache. Good. Okay. Now, let me see. I do have one more. Let me just find this for you. I have earache. Let's say you've gone running and you hurt your foot. What would you say? How would you say that? You would be describing a type of pain. A type of pain. Pain. Can you see in this picture? Pain. Pain is a good word to know because a doctor will ask you, do you have any pain? Or is there any pain? Do you have any pain? Or where is the pain? Okay? Maybe you can't say where it is. Is it the shoulder? This is the shoulder. Is it the shoulder? But you might not know what shoulder is in English. So if you can learn the word, where is the pain here? Where is the pain? And you can point or you can tap the part of your body where you have the pain. Where is the pain? Okay, very good. Excellent. All right. Now, in England, after you have been to the doctor, what they will give you most of the time is something called a prescription. A prescription. Now, I know in lots of countries they just say medicine. They just say medicine. But in England, we call it a prescription, and they look always like this. It's always on green paper. This is a specimen. This isn't someone's prescription. It's just a test one. And it will always have on it, always in England, it will have NHS, which is the National Health Service. So you know this is a doctor you can trust. National Health Service. If it doesn't have NHS on it, then I would ask if it's a real doctor. That's very important. So they will have your name and your address up here probably, and the doctor's surgery here, and here is where they will put the medicine. And then you go to the chemist and you get the medicine. But we don't say, oh, I'm going to give you medicine. We say, oh, the doctor will say, I'll write you a prescription. Okay? The NHS is the National Health Service in England. So the doctor will say, I will write you a prescription. Okay, I will write you a prescription. Okay, I hope this is helpful for you guys and girls out there. Who'd have thought it, hey? A whole lesson on the coronavirus and illnesses. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Let's look in the comments. Where are you from? I get asked this every day. I'm going to tell you actually, hang on a moment. Where do you think I am from? I'm going to give you a clue. Ready? Here is the clue. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Where am I from? You tell me. Where am I from? Am I from London? Yes, I am. I am from London. Yes, indeed. I am from London. Okay, soreness, diarrhea. Excellent. Any more questions at all? Any more questions? And this is what we've been learning about today, guys. Look, you've been learning lots. Let's go a little bit further. Okay, what are these? For breathing. These here. These are called the lungs. 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 So you might have sore lungs, or the doctor might say, I'm going to test your lungs. Test your lungs. Okay. What are these? These are the intestines. Okay, intestines. So if you've got a stomach ache, you'll be holding on to the intestines. Okay, Hogear has asked a good question. What is the difference between a GP and a hospital? Good question. Okay, this is the question. What is the difference between a GP and a hospital? Excellent question. All right, GP is an abbreviation for general practitioner. I'm going to write that up here. General practitioner. General practitioner. And that is a doctor. But generally, GPs are doctors that work in small doctors' surgeries. You can get doctors as well that work in hospitals, but we don't call them GPs. GP is a general practitioner operating in general practice. So the practice is the doctor's surgery. General practice, which is the doctor's surgery. Okay, I'm going to put that up here. Can everybody see that? Let me just reduce it to 12. Can everybody see? Good. Vegging. What's vegging? I don't know what vegging is, Sunil. Did you mean to say vegging, or is it something else? Or have I misunderstood? Let's put little Mr. Icicle over there. Vegging. Okay. All right, everybody. We are almost at the end of our wonderful lesson. It has been so lovely, this lesson. I've enjoyed it. We have learned lots. And you have also learned an awful lot about what's happening in the news at the moment with the virus, with the coronavirus. Now, can you remember the one word that I taught you today which describes the coronavirus? What was it? The coronavirus is what? The coronavirus is zoonotic. 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 Okay? Okay, everybody, this is the end of our lesson unless you have any questions for me. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Let me have a look in the comments. Okay, Hogi, I answered that between the GP and the hospital. I don't know what vegging means. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for your time. I hope this lesson has been helpful for you, and I'm going to write some of this up for you. So go along to the Engli-teach website later on today, and a lot of this vocabulary and phrases I will put on the website for free. So make sure you create your free Engli-teach lifetime access account, and you can look at this a little bit more and practice, because it's really important to understand how to tell someone that you're not feeling well and how when you are in another country. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everybody. As always, have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you again in tomorrow's lesson. Take care, goodbye, and thank you.